everybody and welcome back to the channel. Let me drop the visor down just a little bit better on the audio for you guys. I can flick it up later and cool down. So here we are out on the bike. It's exactly 1 week since the last upload, since the last video in real time per se. Beautiful sunshine as you can see, and what a difference a week makes. Why couldn't we have had this weather when we did the charity ride last weekend? No matter, there is that faint whisper that is so fragile that if we say it, it might just disappear, and that is the whisper of summer. And I've probably put the kibosh on that now. So I'm going to get myself over towards the playground, which is the North Yorkshire Moors National Park, and whilst I do that, let's cue the titles, grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a beer, strap yourselves in, and come with me on this week's Biking Buddies upload. Let's roll VT.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison, what's your pleasure?
So here we are, TRF Monthly Social. It is the end of July now. We are at the NY 500. Lee, good morning, sir. Yeah, we're at the NY 500 and we're going to explore the vast forests of North Yorkshire and out towards the coast. Well, that sees us out the blocks and away, as you have well seen. Titles done and dispatched. So it is an absolutely glorious day, 19 degrees, perfect for Jersey riding and perfect for leading a group through the forests of North Yorkshire. Unlike the last video that you saw, which was the weekend ago, man alive, wetter than an otter's pocket. None of that today. We should have glorious views across the tops, all of which were denied. So without further ado, let's get ourselves dispatched on this road section and get over to the interesting stuff. Yeah, that link's just too narrow. It's not going through enough.
And quite often trail riding can throw you an anomaly, and here we are with the big KTM 1190 split link broken and chain snapped. We tried our level best. We tried a couple of additional split links, none of which were actually wide enough for the big beast of a KTM. So sadly we had to leave Craig man down to arrange recovery and have his bike picked up.
And we're well on our way up towards the forests now, completely polar opposite to the last time that we were up here. Absolutely bone dry and almost a little bit of a dust bowl. Unfortunately, we've lost the bike already. Well, not quite literally lost. Yeah, Craig on the big KTM on the 1190 snapped a chain, didn't have a link, or he thinks he may have had a link, but his tool bag was ripped in the back of the bike, and yeah, so tools are kind of spilling around in the back of the bike, and that may well be.
As part of the TRF, our overall responsibility is always respecting shared spaces, and never more so than when we have equestrians and horses approaching.
Always good to stop for horses every single time. That's it, that's us. Not a problem at all, ladies. 100%. Absolutely.
It's alright, it's a man. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man. Good lad. Alright, good lad. Good lad. Thank you. I'm really sorry.
Not a problem at all. And there's over the TRF group. Oh, nice one, Lee. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Lee. We'll get that. Cheers, buddy. Yep, and through we come. So this really is kind of the link over to Dolby Forest. We're all here. It's a beautiful little trail. I really like this one just for the general feel and nature, just ploughing through the trees. It's just, you got this nice canopy. It does disappear into a single file later on with quite a bit of undergrowth or overgrowth, one of the two. But yeah, certainly these canopy bits, they're absolutely beautiful. And I know I mentioned on the last video there in the rain just how riding in the forest is just an incredible feeling. I absolutely love it, to be fair. There's just something really nice about riding through trees. I love the open moor tops, don't get me wrong, but something just nice about riding through a forest like this. It's not quite magical, that sounds very very romantic, but yeah, it is magical. Apart from the trees in your face and all of the insects that just hang and linger in the air. Superb stuff. So we just dropped down out of Dolby Forest and work our way over. We've got Langdale in front of us and Broxer, and the views that we get in, wow, just absolutely incredible. You do get a sense of elevation where we are, obviously, and we're dropping quite steeply, losing all of that elevation down into the valley bottom. When we open out of the trees here in just a second, I know that we'll have lost a good probably 100 meters or so. But yeah, it's just vast, wide open valleys on this side of the moors, and certainly this side of the big forests. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the size of these trees. This is just an incredible place to ride. And what better way to do it than on a social ride with the TRF, knowing that you have got that support network there. Many hands make light work. And here we are, popping out by the gate. It's an airway gate. And look at that, just vast openness and trees on the opposite side. So Dragos is going to get the gate. Now we're pushing our way out towards the coast. This is a new to me little lane, nice and gentle. It looks like somebody's been down here fairly recently with one of those farm thresher things that you just drag behind a quad bike or a small tractor. But it certainly opens the trail up very nicely indeed, and we can see this rut that we're just following. It is a cinder track essentially, so very good drainage and not slippy under wheel. It is quite nice just finding these new trails, whether they're challenging or inauspicious. I don't know, there's just something nice about getting into a new area and having a bit of an explore, and that's very much what we're doing in the midsection of the ride today. And here we are, this is our lunchtime stop. This is Ravenscar, the spa town that never was. Now the history behind Ravenscar is very, very interesting. That this was, as I mentioned there, the spa town that never was. The Victorians had this huge plan, and if you get an opportunity to have a look on Google Maps at Ravenscar, the whole escarpment here is just laid out on a grid pattern, and the buildings were never actually made, but the streets are all laid left and right from where we are. We're going to have lunch at the Ravenscar Hotel overlooking Robin Hood's Bay. What a beautiful little stop. That is Ravenscar Hotel, and we've just had lunch on the front lawn. Coincidentally, we bumped into DC's group, so a little bit more harder enduro than adventure bike, so hence the group is looking quite large at the moment, but this is two completely separate groups, and we're going to go our separate ways. So yep, really good fun. And back towards the forest. Few new trails for myself en route, and then we're back into the dirty stuff. Superb. So these are the new to me lanes, which says DC going, so we'll drop on this side.
So selecting new trails is always fun, and there's nothing better than expanding your trail knowledge. Lots of checking of the map and the route, but yep, superb fun.
Nice one, Lee. Haha. Excellent. So they're doing a little bit of a slightly different route to us. They're just going to take in a little bit more a challenging area that's just off down to my left, down to the south. Look at the dust that we're riding through. Unbelievable. And I think that brings us back out onto the kind of metalled road, a little bit of an access road. And yeah, superb, really nice, just being in slightly different areas and just opening up and expanding that trail knowledge. Now this little steep climb sees us climbing up to the aptly named Mount Misery farm. There is a hard enduro trail called Mount Misery, ironically enough. We won't be taking that, we'll be traversing along this side of the valley. So this is where we hang a right, Mount Misery itself per se, and that is a very hard enduro trail indeed. So incidentally, just around the corner here, this is where the tree was down, and now it is all completely clear. Well, good. Right, let's go. And that was a lot easier than it was the last time around. So, easier and drier, and just pretty much better in every conceivable way. Let's just wait for everybody to catch up. Man, you put the camera on the back and everybody just disappears. Come on guys, let's keep up. Keep the show on the road. There we are. Much better. This phone case is a game changer, make no bones about it. I just couldn't see the phone last time, and I do use OS Maps as an app. I preload the route into those just to make it a little bit easier for myself, as well as using memory and just general navigation. I just love this, something about riding through the trees. Look at this, dappled shade, just absolutely fantastic. And now shortly we bid farewell to the forest drive and pick up some single track. Believe we're not a million miles away from that point now. It's really nice, just as the confidence levels are building with just a couple of the individuals within the group, how we can pick the pace up and just maintain that pace a little bit as we're going through these forest drives. Understandably, as we set off on these rides, and you know, myself included, you do tend to have those pre-ride nerves a little bit. You kind of get that bit of a knot in your stomach, and yeah, that can be quite inhibiting sometimes, or prohibiting. So yes, here we are. Here's the muddy section. as we come through and try and work our way down towards the campsite. Considerably better than it was the last time that I was here. That's better. Yes, considerably better than the last time I was here. Wow, what a difference. I mean, the last time I came across here, man alive, you could, well, certainly from personal experience, could hardly even stand up on the bike. It was so slippy. Just a little bit of dry under wheel there. What a difference to the adhesion levels, the grip levels. Like night and day. We got to the end of this trail and I remember saying to Aaron, the lad that was up from Norfolk, you know, man alive, I'm glad that's over. But today, this is actually quite pleasant. You haven't got to be too precious about your bike when you're riding through this kind of stuff. I can certainly hear and feel all of the undergrowth just raving at the paint and the bodywork, scuffs, etc. Oops, completely the wrong area. There we go. Sort it out, Paul, and we're done. And here we are at the end. Into the arables, into the fields. Few little link roads to get us over to the Dolby Forest Drive and then homeward bound or back to the NY 500. And I can see there's pretty much a standard road car in front of me. I know that this is a public road and everybody's entitled to be on it, but it does make you wonder, are these guys just following a sat-nav or do they really know where they're going? Yep, that's a road going car. Thank you very much, sir. It's a nice little link, this trail. Just takes us across the top of the escarpment and links Wycombe pretty much back over towards Dolby. We are going to work our way through the fringes of Dolby Forest back onto the Dolby Forest Drive, and rather than just heading off north and towards the coast as we did earlier, we're actually going to pick the Dolby Forest Drive up and go through that Forest Drive back to the NY 500. Look at that for a view. That's what we certainly didn't have last weekend, that is for sure. a day. What an absolutely incredible day. So here we are, just rocking back up at the cafe, the NY500. Is this it? Yes, it is. I always get a little bit confused as to where it actually is when we're coming back north. Yeah, brilliant day. Adventure bikes done and dusted. Let's get parked up and we'll close the video down. So here we are then at the NY500, another one in the bag. This is a North Yorkshire TRF monthly social, July, done and dusted. So there's our ADV bikes, not quite all of them. We lost one, the big KTM 1190, split link, so chain went on the first very inauspicious lane, and then we've got Gillian right over there behind me, just loading the bike onto the car trailer and heading off. So yeah, it's been an absolutely brilliant day. I hope you've enjoyed the video half as much as we've enjoyed. Thanks, Richie. I hope you've enjoyed the video half as much as we've enjoyed the ride. It's been utterly beautiful, beautiful weather. So I'm going to close the video down now. If you haven't done so already, then please hit that subscribe button. That does wonders for the YouTube algorithm. And if you feel the need, then do leave a comment. I do my level best to reply to all of the comments, both positive and negative. So the final thing for me to do, say to you guys, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, keep it safe, keep it shiny side up, and we will catch you for the next one. Cheers folks, bye now, bye.